welcome to Polished with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today I'm going to be sharing with you two new collections releasing from Wildflower Lacquer, Up a Creek Volumes 4 and 5. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Not only does that let me know that you really enjoy my content and seeing Wildflower Lacquer on my channel, but it helps get the word out about Wildflower Lacquer and how amazing it is. And if you're not already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. I upload new live swatching videos every week. So the Up a Creek collections are inspired by this show right here, which I am a huge fan of. I don't know if you saw it in my thumbnail, but I even have like a shirt. I love the show. Favorite character is definitely David. He is hilarious, although Alexis is not far behind. If you're a fan of the show too, let me know in the comments who your favorite character is. But anyway, back to the polishes. So these two collections are specifically inspired by seasons 4 and 5. It brings us 12 new polishes and a variety of finishes. We have linear holographics, gorgeous shifty flakes. It's Wildflower, so of course we've got some gorgeous shifty shimmers, and several that combine everything in between. Pre-order for these two collections will begin on August 9th at noon Central Time and will continue through August 13th. If you're watching this video after August 13th, the Wildflower Lacquer site is probably closed to fulfill the orders that have been placed, but not to worry, I'm pretty sure these will be back with the next launch. All right, we do have a lot of really beautiful polishes to take a look at today, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. So we're gonna start with the Volume 4 polishes first. This one is The Internet Says You're Dead. It's described as being a black base with strong blue to purple to pink to gold shifting, multi-chrome shimmer, and of course, as you can see, tons of linear holographic. So this polish is so incredibly striking. I think a lot of these polishes have a more fall type of vibe to them. Wildflower Lacquer doesn't necessarily release seasonal collections, but I find that a lot of their collections fit very well into the season that they're released in. So this one, we get a lot of gorgeous fall colors, and to me, this one seems so perfect for like Halloween and October. On application, this one was perfection. I want you guys to go ahead and buckle up for some really incredible formulas with this release. Spoiler, they're all fantastic. This one was almost completely opaque in that first coat, and then in 2 I did reach full opacity. You can see how bold that multi-chrome shimmer is in bright lighting. You can see a lot of that blue, and then here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch in sunlight. Ooh, look at that hollow. It is crazy. And again, you get a lot of that blue and purple multi-chrome shimmer, and then in lower lighting you can see a little bit of the gold as well. Pictured are 2 coats of The Internet Says You're Dead with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Please Never Say Titillating. This one's described as being a light lavender leaning gray base with a strong gold to green to blue shifting shimmer and holographic. Oh gosh, this shimmer gets me every time. I'm a complete sucker for a strong gold shimmer. It just looks like it's glowing from within. So the base of this one, I definitely agree with the description. It's a gray base that leans slightly lavender. It's a little bit warmer than a cool gray base. It maybe has a little bit of taupe in it as well, which again, I think makes it so perfect for autumn. On application, this one was crazy opaque. I would actually say that truly this one is a 1-coater. If you've never used Wildflower Lacquer's formula before, I would say they slightly are on the thicker side. Definitely not unmanageable, but thicker, where I feel like you get a plump, full look if it's a 1-coater. And this one's a 1-coater. I think it looks great in 1 coat. Here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch outdoors. Look at the shimmer. See it shifting from gold to green. It's incredible. Pictured is 1 coat of Please Never Say Titillating with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Isn't This a Glittering Sea of Hopeful Faces? Sorry you guys, I'm trying, but no one is more Moira Rose than Moira Rose. So this one's described as being a light gray base with aqua to purple to pink shifting crystal flakes and scattered holographic flakes. Holy cow. The flakes in this are absolutely insane. They look so glass-like and shifty. I mean, it's unlike anything I've ever seen. I don't usually like gray polishes. This one I can't stop looking at. It's crazy. On application, this one was very smooth and easy to work with. It does have more of a jelly type base so that you can see all of those incredible flakies in there. So I thought it would be a 3-coater for sure, but I was surprised that I actually got full opacity in just 2 coats. I think it's all of those flakies in there. They really blur out the nail line quite a bit. If you've got longer nails, you may need 3, but I think a lot of people will be good in 2 for this one. So here's what it looks like in the full hand swatch outdoors. Look at those flakes. I mean, come on. Wildflower, come on. What is this? Pictured are 2 coats of Isn't This a Glittering Sea of Hopeful Faces with a glossy top coat. All right, so this next one contains a word that I've heard YouTube does not like too much. So I'm just gonna call it I'm sorry. I'll have it linked in the description box in case you wanna check out the full name. But I'm sorry is described as being a coppery red to gold to green shifting shimmer base with pink to purple to gold shifting crystal flakes and scattered hollow. So we're seeing these incredibly ridiculous crystal flakes once again. This one also has hollow and it has shimmer. Like all of my favorite components in one polish. So you can already imagine how I feel about this one. Application for this one was just beautiful. I thought since it was a lighter shade, it would be a 3-coater for sure, but I was pleasantly surprised that I only needed 2 coats with this one as well. It is jam-packed with those flakies, so when you're done applying your polish, you might have them sticking out above the tip of your nail line. You just want to smooth them out, just like that. So here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch in some lower lighting. Oh my goodness, you can see all of that incredible shifting shimmer, and then in bright lighting you get all of the gorgeous hollow flakes and the crystal flakes too. It's stunning. Pictured are 2 coats of I'm sorry with a glossy top coat. And now for something completely different. This is Gossip is the Devil's Telephone. Best to just hang up. It's described as being a brick red base with subtle red to green shifting shimmer. So this one is such a standout in this collection for me. I mean, I love a good neutral, but a lot of the polishes in this half of the collection are neutrals, and then we get this bright, bold, brilliant red. And if you are not a stranger to my channel, you know I love a good red. Again, you could probably guess how I feel about this polish. Application for this one was just phenomenal. It was fully opaque on that first coat. I did end up going in for 2, but in a rush, I could totally get away 100% with wearing this in just 1 coat. It is super, super pigmented, so really make sure you wear a base coat with this one if you want to avoid staining. I even doubled up on base coat because I'm paranoid about getting staining. So I did go in for 2 coats of base coat and I didn't have any staining. But so here's what it looks like in 2 coats. Just absolutely beautiful and rich. I would say it's a blue based red, but with all that shimmer in there, at some angles it does look slightly orange leaning. Just so rich and gorgeous. Here's what it looks like in the sunlight. I can see myself wearing this color year round, around the holidays, in the summer, in the fall, maybe not in the spring, but maybe because it's pretty. Oh goodness. Pictured are 2 coats of Gossip is the Devil's Telephone, Best to Just Hang Up with a glossy top coat. And then my favorite polish in this half of the collection and the last one in volume 4 is You're Simply the Best. It's described as being a bright pink base with strong red to gold shifting shimmer. Okay, so in that scene, did anybody else cry? Because I bawled like a baby. And now every time I hear Simply the Best, I cry. Every time I hear that song because I think of that scene. But that aside, this polish is phenomenal. I freaked out when I opened this up because you guys know I love a gorgeous pink, and this one is so beautifully brilliant. On application, this one was just lovely. It was almost fully opaque, if not completely opaque in that first coat. This is another one I feel like I could be one and done out the door if I was in a hurry, but I did go in for 2 coats just because I didn't want to stop putting this polish on. I feel like we don't have very many of this shade of polish from Wildflower Lacquer, these hot pinks, and you know I love them. I am going to hold on to this for dear life. And here's what this one looks like in the sunlight on the full hand swatch. Just, you get a bright, brilliant pink base. And then when you take it into lower lighting, you can also see the shifts to red and gold as well. They're on the subtle side, but they're definitely there. Pictured are 2 coats of your Simply the Best with a glossy top coat. Diving into volume 5 now, and again, each of these polishes I'm sharing with you today retail for $13 individually, or you can purchase them in their sets for $75. So we're starting off with, are these 24 karat? And this one's described as being a light gold base with scattered holographic flakes. I am a gold lover. I love wearing golds in the fall and in the winter, so I have a lot of them, and I don't have any quite like this. All of the golds in my collection are very blingy and metallic, but this is a very soft gold polish, and I feel like it's extremely wearable. Like, I could wear this to work. I don't have to save it for a party, and I still get that dazzling gold sparkle without feeling overdressed. This one has more of a jelly base. It might even have a clear base, but it's completely packed with those gold pigments and that holographic flake so that you do build up to opacity quickly. I probably could have stopped with 2 coats, but I did go in for 3, and I did love how it turned out. So here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch in some sunlight. Just dazzling. You can see that gold does lean slightly yellow, and that holographic packs a punch. Pictured are 3 coats of, are these 24 karat, with a glossy top coat. And next is one of the most hilarious scenes from season 5, in my opinion. La, 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 a little bit of Lexus. It's described as being a taupe base with strong red to orange to green shifting shimmer. This is such a perfect polish for that scene too, because I really do feel like it resembles the dress that Alexis was wearing in that scene. Outside of that, it's a gorgeous polish. It kind of has a like taupey but pinky leaning base, and then you can see just how strong that red shimmer is. In bright lighting it looks red, but in lower lighting you can see some of the orange and green shift as well. On application, this one had a kind of Corelli formula. It was a little bit on the sheer side, but very smooth and easy to apply. You get tons of that shimmer out with every coat as well. When I went in for my second coat, I reached full opacity, but I think if you've got longer nails or a more prominent nail line than I do, although mine's pretty prominent, you might need 3 for this one. Here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch. Look at all those shifts. This is like fall in a bottle. It's so, so pretty. Pictured are 2 coats of a little bit of Lexus with a glossy top coat. And next up we have I Once Played a Nurse on MASH. This one's described as being a linear holographic army green with subtle gold to green to blue shifting shimmer. So another divinely beautiful linear holographic polish. Wildflower does linear holographic so well, and scattered holographic. I love all of the holo. This one applied like butter. It was fully opaque on that first coat. Should have probably just left it at 1 coat, but I did go in for 2. You guys know I'm not big on greens, but my goodness. This polish is going to make me a green lover yet. It is so, so pretty. So here's what it looks like in the full hand swatch in the sunlight. Look at that holo flame. It is out of this world. I will say all of the holo polishes in this collection do dry down a little bit flat, so you will want to add a glossy top coat. Pictured are 2 coats of I Once Played a Nurse on MASH with a glossy top coat. All right, I've got 3 more gorgeous polishes to share with you guys. Once again, I did save my very favorite from this volume for the end, so make sure you stick around so you don't miss it. This one is called the Croning, and it's described as being a dark purple base with strong pinkish red to orange to gold to green, shifting shimmer, and scattered holographic flakes. All right, Taylor, if you're watching this, I have a question for you. So this polish reminds me so much of the For the Birds collection. It feels like it fits right in, and it's called the Croning. It's inspired by the bird, the crow. Did I just find an Easter egg? I have to know. Okay, that aside, this is an incredible broody moody polish. I think perfect for Halloween in October. So as you can see, application for this one was just absolutely wonderful. Totally could have been a one coater. I did go in for 2 and of course had full opacity. I had it on the first. I just went in for 2. I don't know why. I didn't need to. This one dries down a little bit flat too, so you will want a glossy top coat. Just so pretty. So here's what this one looks like on the full hand swatch in some bright outdoor lighting. And look how that deep base contrasts so beautifully with that bright shimmer. Such a cool polish. Pictured are 2 coats of the Croning with a glossy top coat. The penultimate polish in this release is Whisper of Desire, and it's described as being a powder blue base with purple undertones, packed with pink to purple to orange crystal flakes, red to orange to green crystal flakes, and scattered holographic flakes. So this is another flaky packed polish. It reminds me in some ways of the gorgeous flakes in Isn't This a Glittering Sea of Hopeful Faces, but these pull primarily in bright lighting anyway, pink. As you take them into lower lighting, you can see all of the gorgeous, gorgeous shifts. On application, this one definitely had a more jelly type base, just to show off all of those brilliant flakies. It was very smooth and easy to apply, and tons of flakies came out with every coat. I would recommend with this one, because there are so many flakies and it has such a squishy base, to go in with some thinner coats. I did end up building it to 3 coats, even though I probably could have gotten away with 2 thicker coats. That'll just help a little bit with dry time. So I would say the base for this one, true to description, is a powder blue with a little bit of purple. It almost leans a little periwinkly, but very, very gorgeous. Here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch. Oh, look at those flakies. This one is very oceanic, and I can see myself wearing this in the summer as we transition to fall, maybe in the spring too. Pictured are 3 coats of Whisper of Desire with a glossy top coat, and look at those flakes. Woo! And the last polish I have to share with you today, my personal favorite from volume 5 anyway, is Uted, What Am I, 32? And it's described as being a light blue base with linear holographic and red to orange to green shifting shimmer. So this is another one that I just feel like is so incredibly versatile. I think the brightness of the shimmer lends itself well to summertime wear. It's almost a little bit pastel with the lightness of the blue, so maybe springtime. It's slightly dusty, so maybe fall, and I love to wear blues in winter, so I'll just be wearing it all year. That's fine. I'll just keep it on my seasonal rack all year long. And if I didn't already love this one in the bottle, I definitely loved it going on my nails. It was fully opaque in that first coat. I did go in for 2 just to deepen up the color a little bit though, and reached full opacity. In bright lighting, you get a lot of that gorgeous red shimmer, but then in lower lighting, you can see the orange and green as well. I'll be posting more swatch photos of all of these polishes on my Instagram this week, so make sure you go check that out. It's at Polish with Ray. So here's what Uted looks like in the sunlight. You can see that gorgeous shimmer and the holographic. It is incredibly, incredibly beautiful. Pictured are 2 coats of Uted, What Am I, 32, with a glossy top coat. So that's what I've got to share with you today. Let me know in the comments which of these polishes were standouts for you, and do you think you'll be picking any of them up? Remember, they'll be available for pre-order starting on August 9th at noon Central Time through August 13th. And if you're in the mood to see more beautiful polishes be swatched, you should check out some of my recent videos. I recently posted a live swatch and review of around 30 items that will be available for August polish pickup. I also posted a live swatch and review of the new Bees Knees Lacquer collection from Blood and Ash. And I posted a live swatch and review of quite a few red to black multi-chrome nail polishes. I'll leave those videos linked in the description box so you can check them out if you want to. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!